At this time, I would like to invite Gerry Connolly. Gerry Connolly is our U.S. Congressman. He is our effective leader and a great Democrat in Fairfax County politics for 3 decades. From his seat as Civic Association President to his work on behalf of Providence District Supervisor, Chairman of Fairfax County Board of Supervisors, and now Congressman, Gerry Connolly's name has always been synonymous with Fairfax. As a former federal employee, I know Gerry is one of the strongest defenders in Congress of the federal workforce. Thank you, Gerry. He was named Tech Champion of the Year for his work on technology. It's so important to Northern Virginia economy. He has received numerous awards for his work on affordable housing and environmental and protecting the less fortunate among us. Fellow Democrats, I present to you Gerry Connolly, Fairfax Congressman.
Thank you. Thank you, Sue. Thank you very much. You can see this year I'm on the ballot. I'm up for re-election. I need your help more than ever because it's not just me. I've got to carry that Mark Warner fella too. We Democrats should feel good. I was looking at all the list of elected Democrats on our program. Boy, have we come a long way since I first got involved in Democratic politics. And I always remind people that that's because of the efforts of so many wonderful people who were willing to put in the hours to make a difference in their community. And building block by building block, we have built ourselves into the majority party in Fairfax County. One of the things that bothers me, and I don't know if it bothers you, but I'm kind of sick of the doom and gloom I see on television with the talking heads and the pundits. If you listen to them, the midterm elections, I don't know. I don't know why the Democrats even get out of bed in the morning. Looks terrible. President's numbers are down, even though the economic performance is up. There's that Obamacare, that website, even though 8 million people enrolled. Here in Virginia, we had an election after that so-called disastrous website rollout. And we swept all 3 statewide races in Virginia. Okay, maybe that was a fluke. So we had 2 special elections to replace Ralph and Mark, who were 2 of the 3 that won those statewide elections. These are kind of iffy seats, by no means solid blue seats. We won both of them and took back the state Senate, putting Dick Zasslaw in the majority leader's role again. Now, maybe Democrats are in trouble nationwide, but we're Virginia after all. This is not Massachusetts. We swept every race. I'm here to tell you I think Democratic fortunes are on the upswing, and I think we're going to do a lot better in November because of your hard work and that of millions of Democrats all across America. I want to talk two things. Remember, we got to elect John Faust to the 10th Congressional District. He is not running against a moderate. Please, if you live in the, even if you don't, if you're visiting, in fact, make a point. Everyone in this room make a point of visiting the 10th Congressional District multiple times between now and November and remind our fellow Northern Virginians in the 10th that the Republican nominee voted against the bipartisan transportation plan written by Republican Governor Bob McDonnell. Is that for Bob? Oh. How can you represent Northern Virginia and vote against this bipartisan transportation bill and then ask people to elect you to Congress? Her so-called moderate record, she's got 100% anti-choice voting record and thought there was nothing wrong with the transvaginal probe. We cannot have that representing us in the United States Congress. John Faust is going to bring pragmatic leadership, common sense voting. He's going to make a great member of Congress. And we got to make sure we preserve the 8th. We've got a great field of candidates in the 8th, and I would be proud to work with each and every one of them, or any of them. But one of them is going to be the next congressman or woman from the 8th Congressional District. Okay. I'd like to end on a note of personal privilege with respect to the current incumbent in the 8th Congressional District, my friend, your friend, Jim Moran. You know, as my colleagues behind me will all tell you, these jobs always look easier than in fact they are. For 24 years, Jim Moran has been representing us and our values in the United States Congress, but he did a lot more than represent them. He called them out. He put passion behind them. He put meaning and feelings and faces behind words because he eats, lives, and breathes democratic values, caring about those who don't have a voice, making sure rights are preserved and expanded for everybody in America, that equal protection under the law means just that, equal protection. Whether you're a man, a woman, irrespective of your race, irrespective of your sexual orientation. Jim was there long before some others. I don't think when you think the name Jim Moran, you think of a tepid, held view about anything. But think about what that says about him. He cares about it. You're instantly engaged because he's passionate and he's committed and he wants to do something to make it better. Boy, those are the kinds of values we desperately need in our polity today. It wasn't about Jim. It was about the agenda. And it was about the people behind that agenda, the people who relied on that agenda moving forward. I got to tell you, I'm going to miss my friend Jim Moran, and so are all of us. Jim proved that public service is a noble calling. Jim proved that you can get stuff done, even now, in public service. And Jim proved day after day that it really mattered in people's lives. I'm proud to have called Jim Moran my colleague and my friend. I look forward to serving with him through the end of this Congress, and I'm going to miss him terribly. God bless you, Jim Moran. Thank you for your incredible service. Thank you, everybody.